Hi folks. Today I'm going to finish up the work I started yesterday, which was Amazon Web Services API request signing. I know that's a mouthful, but the code is actually a mouthful too. So there were three parts basically to signing API requests in AWS. The first one, which we got maybe 3/4 through, was constructing canonical requests. And then the other two parts, which I think should go a lot quicker, are making the string to sign and making it the authorization code. So for each of these parts, I have a link here if you're curious. I guess Amazon has 4 steps, but the fourth step is really to just tack the signature onto the request. So I'm not going to make that part of my library because it's really something the HTTP side should do. So yeah, my notebook, if you're curious, is publicly available to read, and I have a link to this page for today. There's also a link to the notebook in general on my channel page. If you just scroll down to the bottom, you should be able to find it. So, and if you're watching this through YouTube, you can just click that. There should be a link to my Twitch stream, and from there you can get to my notebook. So, and if you weren't watching yesterday, so the reason why I am doing AWS API call signing is that the web service architecture I've been working on in this Twitch stream series is going to run on Amazon Web Services. It's cloud computing, right? And I want to use the APIs, the RESTful APIs, for my web service architecture to interact with Amazon stuff. And since my stuff is all in C++ and Amazon doesn't provide a C++ SDK for their API stuff, I decided I'd write my own wrapper for it. So their API is pretty simple. It's RESTful, which is nice. The only catch is that they want everything to be signed. And that's a combination of HMACs, which are, if I go back even further, hash-based message authentication codes, and secure hash algorithm 256, which is one of the SHA-2 family of hash functions. So yeah, 2 streams ago we implemented the hash function and the HMAC function. And last stream we started work on running through the tasks that Amazon shows here on how to sign requests, task 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're still on task 1, but that is proving to be the most complicated step. So last time we kind of had some I had some questions and unresolved bits of research I needed to do, so I did that off stream. So this kind of sums up what I'm planning to do today. I want to use the URI class I wrote a long time ago to do % encoding of all URIs and test vectors, because Amazon and their test vectors, they don't actually do that. So if we look, for example, at the get UTF-8, this is technically not valid HTTP 1.1 because that's not a legal character in the actual message that's sent over the wire. What you're supposed to do is take this UTF-8, or you take this character and encode it, percent encoding. And they expect that in the canonical request. See, there's the percent encoding of the UTF-8, encoding of that character, right? So really, to make this a legal request, we would have had to do that. Oh, hold on. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. I guess I copied the file. I need to copy the characters in the file, right? So that's what you should see over the wire, and that's what we need to get into the input of the AWS library we're making. Fortunately, the URI class that I made should help us do that. And the second thing is they expect all URIs to be normalized. So that is probably something that the client should do before they try to sign the request. But just in case they don't, we're going to build this into the actual signing function stuff. Because I already have the function to do this called resolve in the URI class as well. So an example for that is they have a bunch of normalized path examples. So for example, here's one where it's /example /. It's supposed to be resolved to just /, right? And let's look at another one. Example 1, example 2, ... should again unwind to / again. And /. Example should just go to /example. So yeah, we're going to have our signing function do that, because those are legal. Let me go back to that. This is legal to do, but it's not normalized, and AWS wants us to normalize that when we construct the canonical request. So that should be, hopefully, all we need to do. Actually, there's a couple more things that I forgot to list here that had to do with... Oh, no. I decided to do that at the end. There are 2 test vectors I found that actually are invalid, and I actually sent in feedback to Amazon about it. And guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is not valid HTTP 1.1 because it's got a body and it has no content length or transfer encoding. It's got a content type, but it doesn't tell us how long this is. And I know you say, well, you can just read to the end of the file, but really, if you look up HTTP 1.1's protocol standard, RFC 7230, they say you can do this in a response, and they lay out how you do that. And the way you do that is you just keep reading until the connection is closed. But for a request, no, they don't. You can't do that. They actually say explicitly, if you have a body, you need to have content length or transfer encoding, and this doesn't have either. So what I propose to do is, since I'm already basically forking their test suite to put it into GitHub, I'm intending to do this: add a content length and basically calculate the length of this, which would be what, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Basically add that header, which means I have to, in the canonical thing, I have to add the header here, right? Actually, in both places, content length, and then up here, content length 13, and then the string to sign this is going to change because the canonical request changed. We added those 2 headers, and so this is going to have to change. I believe that's the digest of the canonical request. I could be wrong. It actually could be this part down here. Actually, no, I know that's the digest of the body, which didn't change. So anyway, it's going to end up changing the test vector itself. So I'm going to do that last. Basically, I'm going to make sure all the other test vectors pass, and then I'm going to modify this one and have my code compute the hash codes, and then update the test vector to match. Sort of cheating, but it's the quickest, and I think having all these other tests pass should be good enough to trust that our code can compute the authorization for these last 2 test vectors that have test bodies. I'm actually surprised that they don't have other examples of requests with bodies. And also that the 2 examples they have a pretty lame body. They have just param1 equals value1. That's all they have. No. Don't know why. All the other requests have no bodies. Probably because they're all gets. Although these puts you would think that these would have bodies. Or posts, right? Post and okay, post what? I don't know. Anyway, I'm not going to think about too much that stuff. We'll just get right into it. Hopefully, if I have time, I'll do steps 2 and 3. Making the string to sign and making the authorization code. But I only have another hour. I really only have an hour and a half to stream. My schedule for today is kind of time constrained, so we'll see. All right, so let's do the percent encoding first. So we can see right now that we're not doing it if we run the unit tests. So I'll show you that. Get the scroll bar up here. Oh wait, there was another thing we had to add to the handling of extra spaces. I need to add that here. Collapse extra spaces. And header, and just header values? I think that's what this is failing on. And this one too. But here's the percent encoding thing. So we expect it to be this. It ends up being just slash because these are thrown away as being illegal characters by a request parser. Hey, Rally Monkey. My stream is early? Not that early. 10:30 instead of like what 11:30 usually start at. I don't know. If you say so. Maybe it's because I have to end by 12:15 or so. So I needed to get some time, so I had to start a little bit early. Right, so these other examples are failing because of the path normalization. Okay, so because this is the expected stuff that we should see when the request comes in. Basically, it should have been encoded like that already. I think the correct thing to do would be to correct it when we read the test vector in from the file. So we do a little bit of correction already in this cleanup request here. So I proposed what we do is the very first line, we should basically search for any non-ASCII characters and percent encode them. Right, I wanted to use the URI class, but then the URI is only part of the request, right? I should have kept this window open. We only want to use UTF-8 to percent encode that part. So maybe a quick and dirty thing would be to search for the first space and the second space, and then between them is the URI, and then just use the URI class for that. And only do that for the first line. So something like this, we would have first true, if first, else. So if it's the first line, it's the one with the URI. So const auto start or delimiter 1 is input find space, right? And const auto delimiter 2 space, and then with the offset of delimiter 1 plus 1. And then that means that the URI, the raw URI is the input substring from delimiter 1 plus 1, and then the length is delimiter 2 minus delimiter 1, right? Minus 1. Because if the two spaces were side by side, their difference would be 1. But side by side means that there's an empty string between them, so we would want it to be 0. So 1 minus 1 is 0, right? Okay, now we're going to use the URI class, so I need to include that. And I need to make sure our unit test explicitly depends on it, because that's the correct thing to do there. Okay, and now we're going to use it. URI dot parse from string, yes. The raw URI. And I guess we'll just do an assert true, that we actually get a valid URI. And then we have to output the encoded URI, but with these, the part before and part after. So the part before is input substring 0 and delimiter 1 plus 1 characters, right? Yeah. And then the second, sometimes I like to just immediately wrap it so they line up. Just a pleasing thing to do. Okay, so What is this assert? It returns a bool. Oh, all right. I can't assert within this because it returns something. So we'll just ignore the return value. It should always succeed because the test vector should always be valid. Okay, so URI dot. Oh, hold on. I don't want to parse from string. That's wrong because I want to generate from string. Shouldn't regenerate what we started with. We want to do URI dot. Okay, yeah. The problem is that this might have slashes in it. Maybe it's more trouble than it's worth to be using the URI class. Maybe I can just do %encoding myself. Well, okay. So it wants a vector of strings, and we can do a poor man's way of getting a vector from the string by breaking it at the slashes like this. Split the raw URI at the slashes. Let's see if that works. Yeah, so I don't want to parse. I just want to set the path. Then that, and then input substring delimiter 2. And then, oh, we also want a character return line feed, yeah. Okay, let me try that out. See how close I got. If that didn't work, then instead of using URI to do the %encoding, we'll just do it manually. Okey doke. Yeah, it didn't work at all. I'm actually curious what we actually see when we run this in the debugger. Oh, I'm gonna do that. So there's slash. Can I see it over here? I can see it there. Okay, there's the one with the UTF-8 characters in it. Let's step into that. Step out of that. Right, so I thought that this generate string would do the %encoding, but maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, so it has the %encoding. Ooh, what happened? It has no characters in it. Eh? Does split not work? Oh, trim might be removing non-printable characters. Yeah, okay, we can't do this. This isn't gonna work. Can't use split because, yeah. Split sees those UTF-8 codes and thinks that they're negative numbers, and then it just drops them. Okay, so we can't do this. Yeah, let's just do the %encoding ourselves. So we don't use URI anymore for this. Yeah, so we don't need this, which means we don't need it to be a dependency anymore. And instead, we need to do a %encode the raw URI, right? We'll just make our own function for this. Maybe we can take from the URI encode element and just maybe make a copy of this. Yeah, let's just take that function and repeat it. Change element to output. Encoded element output. Why is it not? There we go. Oh no, that's the wrong thing. Well, we need to make hex digit too. I'm not bothering to bring in documentation because this is just part of a test fixture. Okay, I do need allowed characters though. Well, why don't we cheat and just see if it's just not an ASCII character? So it would be something like if C is greater than or equal to 21 is the first printable character that's not a space, and C less than or equal to 7E, the last one. Yeah, we'll just do that. I cheated. That's right. But I feel it's okay to cheat when you're writing test code. Let's try this out. All right. Those are still failing. Ooh. Q/8. That doesn't look right. Q/8 per $sign? Okay. It didn't work. Let's go see why. I'll just go until they see the UTF-8 characters in there. Well, how come it has an equals bar in it? Did I not do this right? What's the input? Get /?, the UTF sequence. Oh, there's where the UTF, it was in the query string. Okay, that should be fine. It should still encode it correctly. What does it do? So output /%, 5 1 % what? What? Oh. Yeah, this won't work. Unsigned int. Because these are negative numbers. Yeah, okay, it's all getting messed up. We can say unit 8t to fix that, I think. Need to be signed. Looking for the weird one. Okay, there's the weird one. /? %, E1 %88. Okay, I think we got it this time. Why am I using unsigned ints there? I guess I don't need to. I don't know. It's copied from here. I don't know why I was doing it there. Maybe this code that it was back here is wrong. Encode element. This code actually might be buggy then, right? Because it's not handling those codes that have the most significant bit set. They'll look like negative numbers. So maybe I need to go back and debug URI and make a to-do note. So I have a to-do list for URI. I'm going to have test encode element with codes greater than or equal to 80. That's probably a bug in this code. So we'll avoid it just by using uint8. And I don't need to cast this, actually. I'll just get promoted unsigned int. And why I would use unsigned int here is because I don't expect negative numbers. I expect a number from 0 to 15. All right, let's try that out. So build that. Clear the screen, run the test. Oh, weird. It's still getting messed up. Okay, guess it's just not my morning. Try this again. Okay, let's just look at this one. Slash %, and then what should it be? C is 255, which is what? Oh, no, 225, not 255, 225, E1, so it should be E1. E1, okay. %, and then this is 136. Should be 88 hex. And then 180 is B4. B4, okay, I mean, it's doing the right thing now. Yeah, it looks okay. Weird. Oh, I wonder if the decode in URI has a similar problem. Decode element, right? Yeah, this might be a problem. Well, we'll see. We'll escape out of that. And then go in. Oh, I guess I skipped it over. Stop. I want to see. Where we parse the request here. So here. Go. I'm looking at this right here. So there's a percent encoded string. What do we get in the request now? Or the target? And the path. Oh, actually it decoded it correctly. Right? That's what the original. It doesn't show it in UTF-8. It's showing it as a sequence of ASCII characters or extended ASCII. But that's what I thought the original was. Actually, I guess we can look at it back here, right? We can look at test vector contents. Yeah, A with an accent on it, hat, and then backtick. Yeah, so it's the same thing. So yeah, what happened? Is this it? Oh, yeah, it does the percent encoding again. Okay, so we have to fix it at the source. So let's do that. Let's bite the bullet. then actually I can go back to what I was doing before, right? So yeah, let's remove this stuff. What did I have it for? It was URI. And then URI dot, well, set. Oh, the split had a problem though. Okay, so never mind. I'll keep the hack in here. I'll keep this code in here. We just have to fix URI, so little side trip here to URI land. Okay, how about percent encoded test? This is where it really messed up, right? So let's test the decoder with a code that's greater than 7F. How am I going to do this? Actually, we can just pull. Can we pull from? Let's just use this one. So, actually, well, let me think about this. Maybe let's just look up. Oh, maybe if I do an alt code. Alt 1. Oop, that's not going to work here. Actually, can I just run the debugger? I had it in memory a second ago. Yeah, let's just do that. I'll just pull the A with the accent off of. There we go. So, copy value, and then paste value. There we go. Now we got the character in there, and I just need to find out what is minus 31. Well, that would be 31 negative, so it's E1, E1, like that. Yeah, I started using a face cam. Hello. It's like a couple streams ago. And how are you doing, Sarabshri? So found a bug in the percent encoding and decoding, so we're fixing that right now. Okay, this was just the decoder. The encoder was in a different test framework. Well, let's just see if the decoder works. What's it saying here? Narrowing? What am I narrowing? I guess it doesn't like that character. Oh, why is this such a large number? What if we just do this? I should have done this from the start. Just take E1 and convert it to a char. Yeah, that works better. So if I run URI tests. Okay, so the decoder works. I should test with uppercase characters too. How about CC or CCA? It must be the percent encoder is broken. So percent encoder. Probably here, right? Maybe I never bothered to write a test that has percent encoding done. It's not the parse from strings. It's like when we set a path element that has something in there. Maybe this one. Yeah, here we go. So %encoded character test. That's right. We just had spaces. That's the problem. So I need to grab one of these and actually put one of the non-printable character in it. Turning in it after a while. Last time you were here, I was working on WebSocket. Sort of. So go back to today's notes. So I think I explained it best here. No, not here. Here? Yeah, so the web service architecture, right, that you were seeing me work on with the WebSocket stuff, I want to run it on Amazon Web Services now, and I want to use their RESTful APIs to interact with the cloud, the services Amazon provides. And their APIs require that you sign all requests, and they provide code to do the signing in pretty much every language except C and C++. So I decided I was going to make my own wrapper, because that's what I do in the stream, right? I make my own libraries, reinventing and rolling my own wheel. So that's what I'm working on. It's all towards integrating my web service stuff into Amazon Web Services. Yeah. So did I already copy that line? I did. Okay, so we need to construct a line that has, let's just use that same character. This same character. This I looked up, it's an Ethiopian character apparently. So let's just change that. Right? And we don't need a fragment. This is just %encoded, so I can put it wherever I want here. So I can say empty string, right? So there's no fragment. And so it will be %encoded, which is this. There. Without the fragment. So that's probably what's going to fail now. We can fix our %encoder finally. Yep. So there we see it. That's the same kind of messed up stuff. It's just not able to handle characters from 80 to FF. And I never did test that, so shame on me. Okay, so let's fix that. Now that we have the test in place, we can fix it. And I'm pretty sure it's just the encoder, right? And it was the fact that I was using those, I was just using int. Where is it? Actually, I learned this the other day. It's Control P? No. Control Shift O, and then I can type encode element. There we go. Brings me right to it. Right, so the problem is it's using auto, which ends up being a char, which is a signed thing. But if I just simply say uint 8t, then I don't need to really, well, I can keep those casts. They do nothing. That should be all I need to do to fix it. It's actually linking a lot of things. A lot of things use this URI library. Web server, WebSocket stuff. Okay, let's see if that fixed it. It didn't fix it. What did I do wrong? Oh, it has, right. Yeah, that was a test vector error. Empty string fragment ends up doing that, but we actually don't want any fragment at all, so what did I have permission to do? Oh, it was false, right? Means that if it has a fragment or not is false. It's weird how this doesn't line up perfectly. I think it's because the width of this Ethiopian character is slightly longer than the other characters, even though it's a fixed space font. Actually, I don't like... Yeah, see how it's slightly longer? I can never truly line these back up. Feels bad, man. Okay. I'm just arranging my off-screen, my wonderful off-screen notebook, note pages. All right. Okay, cool. So maybe now the Amazon thing will give me different results. Okay, we still have to handle the space thing. Okay, this is still not right. Oh. Why is that? Did I not? Okay, let me look at, what did I do? Did I forget something back here? Well, thanks for following, Lazurit. Okay, let's see what's going on here. I'm just hitting F5 until I see that this test vector. So I think it's going to get encoded correctly. So yeah, it's get slash %E1, %88, %B4. So it's what? It's in the actual construction, I guess. Right here. Request. I need to make this a little wider. Target. Okay, yeah, so this should %encode it. Did it do it? Okay, it did do it. That's weird. So what's happening? Hey, Super 88 Twitch, how's it going? I'm confused because it looks like the canonical request did get correctly %encoded. So maybe maybe I was looking at the wrong test vector before. Let's just skip down to the bottom. I mean, it looks okay. Skip out and then that would have printed something if it failed. It didn't. Okay, so that test vector actually passed. I was looking at this. So okay, I should have paid more attention to which test vector actually failed. Which one was it? Vanilla UTF-8 query. Oh, okay. Oh, I get it. It's not in the URI, it's in the actual header. I didn't know that. We have to do the same kind of %encoding for the headers as well. Let's look at that test vector. Get vanilla UTF-8 query. Okay, something's fishy, because I thought we fixed up the whole string. The whole URI is... Okay, yeah, I'm doing something wrong. What did it output? It just ate those characters completely. Am I programming in C++ at work? Sort of. I mean, right now I have my own company, but I don't really have any work right now. So, but my experience is in C++, so any contract work I pick up probably will be C++. And the last job I had a lot of C++. So, yep. All right, so I need to look and see what does URI do in that case. Maybe we're not doing encode element properly for the query string. No, it should have done it. Okay, what's going on? Maybe I can just see it happen here. I just need to watch it a little bit closely. For this query string. I should be counting the number of times I have to hit go until I get to that test vector. Okay, I did something wrong. Does VS Code not have conditional breakpoints? I don't think so. Oh, they do have it. Ooh, look at that. Actually, but I can also, I don't really need a condition. I could just put it here, right? Okay, so it's not even getting a query. None of them are, the queries aren't getting through at all. I just have a feeling it has something to do with how we're parsing the request. Oh, okay, yeah. I did a bad thing here. I only set the path. I did not set any query. And this will come back. Actually, maybe we should just handle the second thing. The second thing on my list for today was, well, after this link, was to use resolve. That actually should handle the all this stuff for us anyway. So I should just kill two birds with one stone, fix the test, and use the resolve to normalize the path at the same time. You have to manually set up your build project in some JSON. Is VS Code C++ extension a good combo? Oh, you can't compile a Hello World program using the integrated terminal. I'll show you what I do. I use two extensions. I use the C++, but I also use CMake tools. CMake is wonderful because it makes the build system for you. This C++, as far as I know, it doesn't actually have the build system tools in it. It just has the debugger, the knowledge about IntelliSense and all that, but CMake tools. If you're okay doing CMake is a little bit obscure and difficult to learn at first, but it's not too bad when you get used to it. You have a line either that says add library or add executable, and you basically say what the source files and header files are, and it kind of generates the makefile stuff for you. Okay, so let me show you really quickly. I made an intro to C++ video, and where did I put it? Actually, don't see it here. It has a I want to show it to you because it has a super simple CMake. Enter. I'll go to it right now. Sure. Save the changes. Actually, I don't need those. Don't need to save those. Yeah. Don't need these. Sorry about the noises. Okay, so here's like a little goofy test program I made, but the real thing I wanted to show you is how easy it is to use CMake. If you just have a main.cpp or something, you literally just need one line, the name of the program and the name of the source code. That's all you need for CMake, and it'll do the build system for you. And with the CMake tools integrated with VS Code, you just hit this button and it does all the build, compiling, linking for you. It couldn't be simpler. It just gets more complicated when you're dealing with libraries and compiler options and stuff. Don't need a rich IDE because you use 4,315 tools. CMake is kind of complicated when you are trying to do multiple libraries that integrate together, but I don't know. I think it's worth it to learn it. I guess it's not for everybody. I was making that intro to C++ video. Maybe I should also try really hard to make an intro to CMake. I mean, I could show you step by step what these mean, but it's a different syntax, and so it's not going to be that friendly to everybody. Right, so I was going to do the right thing here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a base path. And this base path is going to okay, I can say do I need to do this? I think I might have to do this. And then base path dot resolve the relative. So we treat the request target as a relative reference. This is what I think I need to do. And that returns another URI. So a request path. Then we don't need to do that. Let's see what I get with that. Oh, there's a CMake IRC channel? I didn't know that. CMake documentation sucks. That's one reason I thought about making a video introduction to it. When, in my last job, I had to teach a bunch of engineers CMake, and it was a pain in the butt. Because I ended up making PowerPoint presentations to go through simple stuff, more advanced stuff, and it was just a lot of work. Competitive programming, solving Olympiad exercises. Yeah, if you're just working like with programs that have just a single function or a few functions, you don't have a lot, then you don't really need much more than a text editor and compiler. So I'm making integrated systems, so I have libraries that depend on other libraries, and so I really need the whole infrastructure that I get with CMake. Okay, back to testing. Okay, the spaces thing I still have a problem with. It's still eating my my query. Looks like I have a problem with the slash. When the space got eaten. Oh, that might be because we're scanning for the second space and not the last space. I need to look at, I think I know what that is. The relative path stuff is fixed though. I'm still worried about this one though, getting eaten. That should have worked, but I don't know why it didn't. So let me see what happens when I get rid of that. There's a lot of chat, and I'm sorry I'm not following it. I'll get back to it in a minute. That slash, it's adding an extra slash there. The change I just made did not help that, did it? No, it didn't. All right, well, let's go to here and find out what's going on. I don't have any bot commands, sorry. I do have the today. I have one command. I have the today command. So, yeah, I really haven't set up the bot to do much. Is this using libcurl? No, it's using my own library stuff. So, I guess the closest thing to libcurl would be my URI library. I don't remember exactly what libcurl did. All right. Base path requests. Okay, I'm going to be looking at base. No, not base path. I want the request target. I want to kind of go until I see that weird query. There it is. So what's going on here? What does request path have in it now? It has it. It's just the percent encoding is not right somehow. It's just printing it's just printing slash. Okay, let's go back and try that again. How many times did I have to hit F5? That's the question. Request path, yes. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, 12 times. It has something to do with this query, right? Whoa. It didn't hit the breakpoint like I thought it would. Try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then into that. So what's going on with... Wait, has query is false? What happened to it? It has a query. Ooh. That flag's not set right. Okay. I have an idea where that might be. That might be in the resolve function here. In the copy query. Ah, bug. I copied query, but I didn't copy the has query flag. So let's capture that bug in a test. Make a copy. Here we go. Let's just make a new test. Copy query. And just keep it simple. / question mark, foo equals bar. Expect equal. Foo equals bar for URI2. Actually, hold on, I need to check. Does the copy constructor actually call copy query? Resolve does. No, it doesn't. Reference resolution. Okay, so I already had a... Okay, never mind. Go back. It's in reference resolution. Oh, that's right. I remember these rules. When you resolve a reference, you're supposed to strip the old query. Yeah, okay. Still, it should have set the flag. Oh. That's right. Sorry, I'm doing a lot of thinking in my head and not saying it out. Yeah, the problem is these all start with the query, so we need one that doesn't have a query. Yeah, okay. So this should trap it. So if I try to add a query, boo, I should get that, correct? But I bet it won't. I bet it'll fail. So URI tests. No, it's still passed. Base relative target. Yeah, so it should have done that. I don't see how it would have worked. Because copy query copies query, but it doesn't copy has query. And so when it printed it out, oh, is it the comparison operator for? Oh, that might be it. That might be also broken. There's a comparison operator for URIs. Where did I put that? Operator equal. Ah, it's broken. I have it for has port, but I don't have it for has query or has fragment. So it would be right. It's like the code above it. Not has query and not other has query, or they both have it and they're equal. And I need to do the same thing for fragment. Very dumb of me not to have caught this before. Do I actually have a comparison test? I don't. I kind of want that though. So let me put that on my notes to do later. I don't want to do it right now. Test comparison operator. Now that the comparison operator is working, which the test depends on, it should break the test. Okay, yeah, it's broken, like I expected. Reference resolution. So the reference resolution was in copy query, right? Copy query. Go there. And it's if it's has query equals other has query. If has query, I guess we can do both. Doesn't matter if it doesn't have a query. The second line has no effect. Like suppose to test this. Hold on. We'll have another test for that. Oh, it's still failing. The 7th vector is failing. Zero, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, that's the fragment. So I already had unit tests to catch this. It just was all broken. So that's here, right? Cool. And just to be safe, I don't want to get burned more than once on this. I'll add another one which explicitly adds a fragment and then make sure it actually gets there. Okay. All right. Let's go back to AWS now. Hopefully URI is fixed now. Jeez, how embarrassing. My foundational libraries are broken. Hold on, were we not supposed to put it on the same line? We were supposed to put it on separate lines? Was that part of the requirement? Let me go back to the requirements. Oh yeah, look, it was supposed to be on a separate line. Okay. That's in the sign API thing. Right, we're supposed to get the query and do stuff with it. So we need to actually remove the query from this part. Just remove it. I don't have a method to actually remove a query string. Just add one. Yeah, let's add one. It doesn't exist, and actually to do this right, I should add a test for this. Back in URI again. When I woke up this morning, I did not expect to be working on URI library. But that's life. Remove query. So let's just make this a query. Foo equals bar, and then it's just one URI, that's fine. And then we'll say URI.remove query, which doesn't exist yet. And then we will expect when we generate it to not have a query anymore. And then furthermore, we'll expect false for URI has query. Right? Why is it not like this line? I think it's just confused by the line before it. Okay, so let's add the remove query. Let's make it near set query. Oh, duh. I already had it. It was just called clear. Well, let's have a test for it. Still doesn't like that line. What did I do wrong here? I don't know. No appropriate default constructor. Oh, URI1, that's what it is. This compiler message is so unhelpful sometimes. Okay, so that needed to be done anyway. I don't think I had a test for clearing the query. This should just call clear query because that's what it was named all along. And it can't be const if we're going to do that. And let's run the URI tests first. Okay, they all pass. AWS tests. SourceFi lurking? Oh, thanks for the bits, SourceFi. You sent me bits 7 minutes ago I didn't see. Sorry, man. I'm really bad at watching chat today. I think I'm just getting too caught up in what I'm doing. Someone's got to like at Ryamo8354 me so I can see it in the pop-up. That would help. I need to maybe just get myself a better bot. This still isn't working. Oh, that might be... I think I might know why that is, because we're just getting it, right? We're just getting it, and we are not percent encoding it. I want to get the query percent encoded. Actually, if we just clear the path, wouldn't we get that? Yeah, that's sort of cheating, but we can do it. So auto request query equals... Oh, well, hold on. We'll just make a new one. constructed from request path. No, hold on. Not request path, request target. We don't care about the path part. So we do request query dot clear. We don't have a clear path, but we have a set path, and I can give it an empty vector. And I can say request, because I want to do a request query dot generate string. Generate string does the percent encoding for me. It's just what I want. I still have to handle the spaces stuff. Yeah, we need to get rid of the question mark in front. So that's as simple as doing substring 1. Ooh, not good. Right, it might be empty. Let's do this in steps then. Auto request query encoded is that if request query encoded length is greater than 0, or basically it's not empty, then request query encoded equals chop off the first character. Some bugs really require a lot of silent thinking. Oh, what's the link, the GitHub link you're sending us? Ooh. Another chat client. Let me bookmark that to look at later. Notes, check out later. Thanks for that. I like the ideas. I need something that like gives me more than an audio signal, because I think what happens is when I'm using chatty, so you know it looks like this, and whenever someone types something in chat, it makes a little sound. But sometimes if I'm talking, I think I'm not hearing the sound. Chatty's kind of cool though. I've seen one other streamer use it. Yeah, I need a chat client that kind of can grab my attention if there's something I really should read. Right, we didn't try this out yet. Let's try it out. Slowly getting there, folks. Okay, we lost the slash for this one somehow. Or get slash. This one, and this one has... Ooh, this one's uglied. What's there? Why is there an equals there? Oh, that's in the parameters. Well, I don't know. I don't understand what happened there at all. I'm gonna fix this one right now. Cool. I'll have to try that out later. Thanks. That TC client. It was in our test framework before we, not this one. When we're cleaning up the request, I found the second one, but I think what I'll do is I'll just find last. So that an internal space will be properly encoded. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so the space one is failing. Or is passing now. What's this extra colon coming from? Okay, one at a time. don't understand what happened here at all. Get header value trim. Okay, let's look for that. Okay. Right, so what did it do? How did that happen? I don't understand how that happened. Let's just walk through that in the debugger. I'll put it here. Let's see if the cleanup code didn't work right. Is that the one? Okay. Okay. We don't need that, right? Ooh, this is the one that failed. Get /http/1.1 new line. So how did it end up being get /space http 1.0? That's the very second vector. So let's see. Oh, I'm looking at input, not line. That's what it is. Line, not input. Yeah, I don't know why I had input there. I don't know. Once in a while you have one of those days. Okay, yeah, I know about that one. That's the spaces one. It's the slash getting eaten and then the double slash. Let's look at those. So get slash. Where is get slash? Is it hiding somewhere in one of these? Maybe normalized path. Ah, here we go. Oh, it had 2 slashes. Okay, yeah. What happens when we normalize 2 slashes away? What should it do? Let's just see it in action. Quest target. Path, there we go. So it's going to be a path of size 2 with empty strings. Whoa. Hold on, I got bumped. Okay, yeah, there's the one with the Unicode in it. There's a slash dot slash. Slash dot example. Completely empty path. What was, let's see what this one was. Slash slash. This is it. So how did it end up being completely empty? Yeah, path size 0. How did that happen? Is it really happening in here? Okay, we can go look at that, I guess. God, just look at raw request here until I see two slashes. It's a bunch of ones in, right? Coming up, I think. Here we go. So into that, into that, into that. Go in. There we go. Hit the request line. Parse request line, yes. Target length is 2. Slash slash. Oh, well, have a good one, Labashri. Parse scheme, path end. Authority and path string is slash slash. Oh, it's looking like an authority. Slash slash authority. Yeah, it's an empty authority. Let me look at, what were the rules again for URI? This might be another invalid test vector then. An authority component is preceded by a double slash and is terminated by the next slash, question mark, or number sign, or by the end of the URI. Yeah, so a string with slash slash has no path at all. It just has an empty authority. So that means that their test vector is bad, right? Because they expect a path of slash when there is no path of slash. Unless we always assume the path is always an absolute path. Maybe that's what they expect us to do. Or was that? Yeah, they expect it to resolve to an absolute path, but really this URI is to an empty authority with no path at all. What about this? Yeah, so maybe we just always assume that there is a path, which means I can do that with, I had this in here before. It was set path to just be that. I think I might have done it because now, yeah, so the slash slash one is fixed, but now we have this weird one where if it's slash example slash, it's turning into slash slash example slash. I don't understand that one at all. And somehow this is ending up with a colon in it, which is really weird. Oh, I might have messed that one up by accident. I was showing that off earlier in the stream, and I might have fudged it. Let's see. No. It's okay. Post slash. Okay, well, okay. Let's do the slash example slash failure next. I close some of these windows I don't think I need anymore. Yeah, okay, so let's just go until I see that 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, okay, 14, 15. Okay, here, this one. Oh, it's got a double slash at the end. Is that really what the vector has in it? Ah, yeah, look at that. So that, yeah, this is a bad vector because this is an authority. I hate having to hack their test vectors to get it to parse correctly. Because this really is example authority. Like example, like it's got no scheme. An example is the name of the host, and then the path is just slash. So it should be normalized to just slash, but they want example to be treated like a path segment, but it's not because of this double slash in the front. Well, I guess we can assume that there's never an authority part, so we'll have to hack the. Well, it's no way around it. We got to hack the. In our cleanup, we have to handle that. All right, so more hacky stuff we got to do here. It's this right here. That is the. Oh no, not that. Sorry. It's this raw URI. Yeah, let's modify the raw URI. If raw URI dot substring 02 equals slash slash, then raw URI equals slash plus raw URI substring 2 single slash. And then I think that means I don't need to do this thing. Let's comment that out. Okay, yeah, so we're down to 4 failures. I don't understand these last 2 though. Like why are we getting a raw colon there? Yeah, I don't know why we would get a raw colon for that one. Actually, it's not that one, it's this one, right? It's like there's some empty header in front of this. Oh, maybe it's tripping out on that line. That extra line there. Could that be it? Let's see. So yeah, let's go to there and we'll wait until we see. It's near the end, I think. Is this it? I think this is it. Actually, this says it right here, right? No, that's not it. Not these posts. Right, it's a post with the content type after. This one. Yes, this one. Okay, so what's going on here? What are the headers that we're seeing? Shouldn't I be able to see headers by... Okay, here we go. 4 headers by name. Yeah, it's got an empty header somehow. Request. Headers. How did it end up with an empty header? That shouldn't have happened. What does the raw request look like? It has an extra new line at the end. Could that be causing the problem? So that would be a problem in the message headers class. Hmm. Yeah, let me make a test and see if I can capture this. So if it has extra new lines at the end. Extra new lines. Don't want this stuff. I don't care about this. Yes, so const auto all headers equals headers dot get all, and then assert or expect true that all headers dot find. What is all headers again? It is a vector. Okay, I don't really want a vector. I guess we can use standard find. Equals all headers end. Oh, what failed? What did I do wrong? Oh, yeah, this is a type header, so yeah, this ain't gonna work. found equals false. Expect true false found. Or so we can just collapse this. I don't want to say header with an empty name in it. If header dot name equals empty string, then found equals true. Break. Expect false. Yes. No, that's okay. That's not what it is. Well, shoot. What is it then? Okay, we'll try to capture it. I just don't know how many times I have to hit F5. This one. Okay, so enter. And really, it's when we get to the headers, right? So here. Yeah, this will go into this. Content type, okay. Oh, it's unfolding and stuff. Okay, yeah, this might be... I'll have to see if this is what it is. Post. X AMZ date. Valid is false. Parsing from offset 119. Ooh, how did that happen? There's only a single new line there. There shouldn't be just a single new line. It should be two new lines. Yeah, it basically glued together. Let me show you guys. It's doing that somehow. It's not preserving that new line. So that would have been, again, in this cleanup stuff, right? We're split by a new line. Okay, let's see what's split. Oh, I have two breakpoints. This one. Okay. Actually, I kind of want to see it before we iterate it. Actually, I can do that here. Go to that line. Now, what are values? Five lines. Yeah, see, it ate the new line somehow. What was the string itself? It had 2 new lines in it, so yeah, it ate the extra new line for some reason. Can the debugger here, can I have it go to that line and redo it? No. Let me try to think about what it would do here. I don't see how it would have cut it out completely. See, where is it? There's 2 new lines. So this should have been one delimiter, and then there should have been another delimiter, so an empty string should have been pushed into values. And then that parent thing. Instead, we don't have any empty string between these two. Unless I'm off by 1 somewhere here. I guess I'm just going to have to run this in the debugger again. Okay, repeat. Go a bunch of times. Oh, why do I still have that? Go a bunch of times. Hopefully I don't go too many. Gotta slow down when I start to see the posts because it's near here. Oh, shoot, I'm almost out of time too. Damn it. Oh well. Didn't expect to get caught up in this stuff today. But here we go. Here we are. That's life. Okay, so we'll just look at this remainder. It finds the next delimiter. So now we have that string. The remainder is that. Okay. Second string. No, that's the remainder. Third string. That's the remainder. Ooh. Did it already get eaten? It did. No, it didn't. The fourth string. And then the remainder. Yeah, that's the problem. Oh, you know what I think it is? It's trim. Yeah, it's removing too many. Shoot. So this is bad because it's gonna collapse all empty lines. I really can't use split. Can't use split here. Shoot. Really we want a split that doesn't do trim. So I'm just gonna cheat. I'll be right back. Just a moment. And I'm back. Only a 10-second absence there. If not 10 seconds. Okay, yeah, I'm going to just make a specialized one here. This is just to clean up our tests anyway. So this will be static split lines, and then we don't need to have the delimiter. We'll just use split lines, and we don't need to say it's in. And then we will not bother trimming. We're not going to do any of these trims. And first, n. Ooh, what happened here? That should just be input, right? Sorry, folks, that I got kind of bogged down in these unexpected bugs. Yeah, those two I expect to fail. Oh, those were previous tests. Sorry. Oh, actually, we got a lot further. What happened here? Oh, the bodies aren't being parsed correctly. Hmm. I guess we'll just do spaces next. What happened? So what's going on here? We expect them to have commas, and instead of they're getting spaces. Okay, I think I know what this was. Get header value multi-line. I think they expect us to put commas in there. Yeah, and I remember reading about this before. It was in RFC 7230 multi-line. No, it was folding. Where do they say how it's done though? Yeah, I gotta end the stream in just a few minutes. Actually, I don't know if I'll get to this. I'll have to reread this. I maybe I misinterpreted how line folding works. I thought that a fold, which is basically this, is supposed to be replaced by a single space. It looks like Amazon is expecting it to be replaced by a comma. So I need to research that. That's this failure. And in this failure, they actually tell us that they want us to replace extra spaces with just in values for headers with just single spaces. I know about that one. And then these, I'm not sure. I think maybe I messed up oh, actually, I do know what this is caused by. We're not actually interpreting the body. These are the test vectors are broken because the content length isn't set. So, all right. Getting pretty close, but I kind of ran out of time here. Sorry about that, guys. So we have four out of however many test vectors there are still to fix. And then after that, I still need to do these two parts. So yeah. So either later today or tomorrow, I'll try to get through this. Yeah. Just thinking. Yeah, I was hoping to get all this done today, but unfortunately I'm running out of time. I got mired down in problems related to my URI class and in the message headers class, which had unexpected bugs. But such is life, it happens. And you just have to move on. So let's see who's streaming out there who I think guys might find interesting. Oh, Jesse Skinner is streaming. Maybe we'll go raid him. Let me go peek, see what he's doing. So Jesse's working on, just says JavaScript. Ask him anything. Trying to make sites load faster. Okay, so whereas I'm C++ library stuff, Jesse's JavaScript website stuff. So a little bit different. Here, I'll give you guys the link first. We're going to go say hi to Jesse. Where's my chat window? Here it is. So we're going to go visit Jesse in just a moment. But yeah, thanks guys. I know this wasn't the greatest of my streams, probably the worst. But hopefully you were entertained, and we'll see you back next time. Either later today or tomorrow. We'll see if I can squeeze in some time today. But until then, see ya.